A Winslow man is arrested for sexual misconduct with a minor. Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner joins us for Monday with the Mayor on Wednesday. And Kurt Gooksell previews Jasper Boys Golf's upcoming regional play ahead in sports. Those stories and much more are up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. In your news, a Winslow man who is accused of sexual misconduct with a minor was arrested yesterday. Indiana State Police say an investigation that began last month into claims that a 14-year-old girl had been fondled resulted in the arrest of 35-year-old John Warner of Winslow. Police say Warner allegedly fondled the girl while she was visiting his home on May 6th. An arrest warrant was issued for Warner yesterday, and he was arrested at approximately 2 p.m. yesterday afternoon. He was lodged in the Pike County Jail and faces a Class C felony for sexual misconduct with a minor. Indiana State Police were assisted by the Pike County Sheriff's Department. A complaint resulted in the arrest of a Jasper man on drug and burglary charges yesterday evening. Jasper police say 28-year-old Joshua Noble of Jasper was pulled over near the intersection of 3rd and Newton Street at 7:10 p.m. last night on a report that Noble was a possible burglary suspect and might have been using drugs. During the investigation, police concluded that Noble was intoxicated and was in possession of stolen property. Noble was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. He faces charges of possession of stolen property, possession of paraphernalia, possession of hypodermic needles, and maintaining a common nuisance. Jasper police were assisted by DuBois County Sheriff's deputies and the Jasper K-9 unit. Several residents in Spencer County have expressed their desire for a stoplight at an intersection near South Spencer High School where a student was killed earlier this year. During a public hearing hosted last night at South Spencer High School by the Indiana Department of Transportation, residents of the area expressed their overwhelming support to install a stoplight in front of South Spencer High School at State Road 66 and Orchard Park Road. Currently, a caution light is all that exists at the intersection. Those who spoke at the meeting included the parents of Jacob Hamilton, who was killed in March in an accident at the intersection. Hamilton's father, Ron Hamilton, says he hopes something is done so that something like this doesn't happen again to someone else. Hamilton's mother, Jamie Hogston, says the intersection in its current state isn't good, especially for younger drivers. INDOT Vincennes District spokesperson Chair Elliott says the meeting went well overall. She says the next steps in the process are to determine what changes, if any, can be made at the intersection.
From here on out, what we'll do is we'll take the engineering data we've received, the traffic movement information as well as accident information, along with the information provided by the locals at the meeting last night, and do our final reviews looking at our engineering methods to see what, if anything, we can do at this location, as well as all additional small improvements or signage or pavement markings or those types of things that we can do.
Anyone who wishes to send a public comment to INDOT can do so until June 21st at South Spencer High School. Pat Cook, the matriarch of the family which owns Holiday World, recently was awarded the Sagamore of the Wabash Award from Indiana Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann. Cook was chosen for the award by Indiana Governor Mike Pence. The award, which is a personal tribute usually awarded for those who have rendered a distinguished service to Indiana or to the governor, is one of the most esteemed awards in the state of Indiana. Ellspermann says Cook, along with her husband Bill and later with her sons Will and Dan Cook, grew Holiday World into one of the world's best amusement parks. She says Cook is a problem solver unfazed by the toughest of challenges. Ellspermann also says many of the things available in Santa Claus, such as St. Nicholas Catholic Parish and the Santa Claus Museum, would not have come to fruition without Cook's determination. The Santa Claus Museum and Village will be participating in this year's Conservation Assessment Program. The museum joins 2,800 museums across the country that have participated in the CAP program in its 22-year service of museums. Heritage Preservation's CAP is supported through a cooperative agreement with the Federal Institute of Museum and Library Services. CAP assists museums by providing funds for collections and historic buildings and recommends ways to correctly improve collections and building conditions. President of Heritage Preservation Lawrence Rager praised the Santa Claus Museum and Village for prioritizing maintenance of their sites and collections, even through tough times financially. to ensure their availability for future generations. CAP provides a general conservation assessment of the museum's collections and historic buildings. 2 professional conservators will spend 2 days surveying the site and 3 days preparing comprehensive reports that will identify conservation priorities. The on-site consultation will enable the museum and village to evaluate its current collections care policies, procedures, and environmental conditions. Director of Santa Claus Museum and Village Emily Thompson expects that the assessments will provide critical guidance and direction as they plan for the future. She also hopes that additional funding opportunities may open up thanks to their participation in CAP. The Santa Claus Museum and Village is dedicated to the preservation and interpretation of the cultural and natural history of Santa Claus, Indiana. The museum and village is currently open for the summer season. For additional information and for hours of operation, you can visit santaclausmuseum.org. Finally tonight, spring and summer flowers are now along the Patoka River Bridge near the Jasper Riverfront. The flowers were recently placed into 16 new flower pots on the bridge. Funding for the flower pots was given courtesy of the Jasper Rotary Club. Several donors also made donations for the pots in memory of or in honor of friends and loved ones. The Jasper Street Department installed the new pots along the bridge in recent weeks. The flowers will be watered by a group of 7 Patoka 2000 volunteers. For more information on donating to Patoka 2000, to join the group that waters the bridge plants, or other details of Patoka 2000's beautification project, call the Jasper Chamber of Commerce at 482-6866. Coming up after the break, Monday with the Mayor on Wednesday with Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner, plus rain chances make their way into your local forecast, sports with Kurt Buchsel, and Inform featuring WBDC Program Director Evan Elrod discussing the upcoming Texaco Country Showdown. That's all up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.